What's up, Mini4wd Drive World? It's your boy Cielshock from CTUSA Mini4wd Drive Racing Squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. And before I start my video, I want to say shout out to Matrixx Power Cleaner and Matrixx High Speed Racing Oil. If you guys are interested with these two amazing products, you know the drill. I have the link at the description below. And today's video is going to be about semi-AT bumper. So what is a semi-AT bumper? Semi-AT bumper looks like this and this one. Alright. So, semi-AT bumper, I have 3 versions. This is going to be the first version that I'm going to do. So, stay tuned. I'm going to have more videos about semi-AT bumper. So, what the semi-AT bumper really does? Semi-AT bumper helps you recover better when you're landing on the racetrack. So, let's say you're approaching the slope, or let's say you have some jump ramps that you're going through, or tabletops. Let's say you've been racing for a while and your brake settings had been messed up. It been frying due to prolonged racing, and maybe your brake setting is not totally perfectly aligned. The car will tend to be landing twisted or crooked, and semi-AT bumper will help you recover through those situations. It's not gonna guarantee you that you're gonna be recovered perfectly or you're gonna recover perfectly, but it will help you recover better compared to a twisted or a crooked landing. So how does it works? It's gonna, let's say your car is approaching the track and it will land like this. It goes back because it absorbs the shock and the impact from the car, and even on the rear side it can do that, right? It helps you recover. It doesn't guarantee you to have a perfect landing, but it helps you recover. Just remember that. So this is what a semi-AT bumper does. Alright, so again, I have 2 versions. This is going to be the first version, and I'm going to show you how to make it. And before that, Geeshock's going to help you with the tools.
Thank you, Cielshock, and here are the tools that we need to make our semi-AT bumper. So first is we need our rotary tool, and it doesn't need to be a Dremel brand. Any brand will do. Second is our drill bit set. This is to make the holes bigger for an FRP or carbon plate. And last but not the least is our round filing tool, and this is we need to use to make those holes bigger manually. So Cielshock will gonna show you how to do it.
Thank you, Geeshock, and now we are going to build our semi-AT bumper. But first, we need a high-grade carbon reinforcing plate, item number 95123. Again, high-grade carbon reinforcing plate, item number 95123. It's 13 and 19 millimeter roller. But for now, I'm using this copy part, which basically it's the same thing. I don't want to waste the one that I'm gonna use because I don't actually really need semi-AT bumper right now. I just want to show you guys. And of course, we need some eyelets. AO1049. Again, it's AO1049, item number 1032 and 4, and you can also find this in some kits, especially on fully cowed kits. We also need some piling tool like this. This one is a round piling tool. We're gonna make some adjustments. This is really handy. We can do it manually if you don't have a rotary tool. And also, we have a rotary tool. I'm gonna use my Dremel, and this is my drill bit. We're gonna use the 3 and 32 drill bit. So here's the drill bit. We're gonna put it on our micro Dremel. Again, let me remind you guys, you don't have to use micro Dremel. It's on your own discretion if what kind of brand you're gonna use. So just making sure this is nice and tight. And this is the rear bumper that we are going to put the AT bumper. So I'm gonna put the screws, time lapse this. Basically, I'm just trying to secure the screws so this will hold our semi AT bumper later. Make it nice and tight right here, and boom, both of them are secured. Now we are going to test fit the carbon. All right, so we're gonna place the carbon plate like this and then insert it. Insert the screws. So you can see it can get stuck because it's tight right here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the hole bigger using our 3 and 32 bit. Yes. So nice and slowly. Take your time, because if you rush it, it can be crooked, can make mistakes. And try to test fit the eyelet now. So you can see it will not fit. So we have to make the hole bigger. In this process, you have to be patient. You guys have to be patient by doing this, so you won't make any mistakes. Because if you make the hole bigger, way bigger for the eyelet's basically gonna be loose, and you don't like that because your AT bumper will be loose. You might lose some angle and you might be shaking left and right. So now we're using my filing tool, slowly and gradually, so we will not make the bigger too big for the eyelet. So again, I'm gonna start to fit this. I'm gonna see if it fits well. See, it's like make the necessary adjustments. So now I'm gonna time lapse this. Again, this video has been time lapse, so you can see I'm moving fast, but you have to be really gradually making the hole big, and you have to be accurate, slowly but surely. All right, a few more adjustments and it will finally fit. So you can see I'm rotating it because I want to make sure that it's all even, both sides. And it still won't fit. There you go. That looks good. All right, so we are going to do the other side. Same procedure that we did with the other one. So slowly and gradually poke in the hole, make it a little bit bigger. Time lapsing it this one again. So the trick, guys, is you have to be really patient with this, because if you make it really big, you're gonna mess up. Although if you make it a little bit bigger, we can use super glue later, but it's better to have it just right, because if you really make it bigger, that will be a problem. All right, so this is what's gonna look like. All right, nice and tight, but not tight enough for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use super glue. I'm gonna remove the eyelet like this, so you can see how loose they are. So they're pretty loose. I'm gonna use a Gorilla Glue. You guys can use Crazy Glue, Mighty Bond, whatever you want to use, but I'm using Gorilla Glue. So this one is with a brush, so just a little dab. Make sure the glue doesn't go inside the hole of the eyelet. So if ever it went in, you have to. I blow it with my mouth. So some uses the dusting aerosol. So here, there's zero secured and glued, and now we're gonna fit it, test fit it. And this one I'm using the springs. These are hard springs. These are from sliding damper spring set AO1046, item number 10321, AO1046, again item number 10321. And the one that I'm putting on top to secure it is metal bushings, item number 1002, again AO1002, item number 94381. Those are metal bushings. So as you can see, I'm prototyping over here, and it's kind of hard, and that's the opposite of what we want, so that's not good. Basically, we're going to change the springs. So this is one common mistake that racers do. Instead of having a semi AT bumper that absorbs the shock, it actually bounces the car out, and that's one common mistake because it's too tight. So we're basically doing the opposite of what we're trying to achieve here. So we are going to switch to a softer spring so we can actually absorb the shock. So the softer springs look like this. They're black. So once this is installed, it will be softer and it can absorb the shock more. Again, we're using this metal bearing set. Some people call it metal bushings. AO1002, item number 94381. So you can notice right now that I'm using some nuts. These are actually not advisable. I'm just using this to prototype because lock nuts are better in securing it because nuts can fly off. As you can see, it's nice and soft right now. But you can also use ball caps and lock nuts as well when you're securing this. I'm just using these nuts for prototyping. All right, so we're putting the other one, the other side. Put the metal bushing again on top, and we're gonna tighten it up, and we should be good by now. All right, so as you can see, it's nice and soft. There you go. That's what it should look like. You can go a little bit looser if you want some longer screws. You can do that too. So this is what I'm trying to say earlier. If you have an underguard, it can get caught like that. But if you have an AT bumper, you basically don't need an underguard anymore because it's just gonna go slide and absorb the shock. It's gonna go slide like this. There you go. That's what it's gonna look like. See? Comes back. All right. So that's it. That's your semi-AT bumper. And before I go, I just want to show you one last thing. I just want you to have a closer look. It should be like this. So you can see it's really soft and it can absorb the shock. I just want to show you both sides, how it works, because both of them is good. And also you have to test it like this if it's doing a negative angle. As you can see, it's not moving that much, so we don't actually have an angle that will make the car fly off the track, and it should be sturdy like this. Alright, so this is Cielshock from City USA Mini 4-wheel drive racing squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. As I always say, we learn from you, you learn from us. Always race humble. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Peace.